challenge, there's nothing worse than I never bought my that are consistent. If you want marijuana.
Today, I think we've all sat here and we've heard you talk about your jet and Maui and your 3 homes and touch. What stops you from helping every person in this room that's struggling right now? How do you help them? What do you do?
And according to Forbes, I'm a billionaire. Ask me anything.
My first question is...
I'm a lawyer. I went to law school and became a lawyer, but I'm also a serial entrepreneur. The big part of my wealth has been generated by my law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Well, I don't know if we're comfortable.
What do you mean comfortable? Like, you definitely have way more than just being comfortable.
Do you call being worth $1 billion comfortable?
Very. And but you don't feel like it because you don't, it's not like it's changed much of my life. I'm in the same house. I don't spend the money. It's odd because you have all this money in the bank, but it doesn't really change what you do.
My question for you is, what stops you from using your wealth to change somebody's life?
Nothing. I live in Florida, I live in Maui, Hawaii, and I live in New Hampshire. Like in Florida where I live, I ran a constitutional amendment twice to legalize. I lost the first time, but I won the second time with 72% of the vote. I believe that the rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer. And every day the gulf is getting wider. So what did I spend? Tens of millions of dollars to raise the minimum wage from $8 an hour to $15 an hour. That's a doubling of the minimum wage. So I take that money that I make and I've run those constitutional amendments and I've put money into food banks and coalition for the, and I will tell you this, not to pat me on the back too much about it because I don't really feel it. Lunch the other day and this woman walks up to me and she says, "John, I just want to thank you and your wife for the donation." I didn't know what iDignity was. I said, "How much do we give?" She said, $500,000. It turns out that by the way, if you want money, call my wife. And iDignity is a place to get identification because more and more in this country, you need to have an identification just to get food. I believe when you make this kind of money, you have an obligation to give it back. You don't feel it, it doesn't hurt you. When I pull up to a stoplight and there's somebody out there begging for food, even if they look like I give them money because I'm not going to judge them. I look at them this way. They're out there on the street in the heat. I don't know.
I feel like a lot of billionaires, they say the same thing. They say they do donate and they do give to people. You give to organizations in large. If you're not handing something down to help somebody who really needs it, then what does it matter?
You're in the law field, and if you had to start over in a different industry, what would you be in order to become a billionaire again?
I don't even know how it happened in the first place. So it's like keep waiting to wake up. Listen, here's my problem. I suck in math and I suck in science. So there's not many jobs left for me after that. I love that business because there's no fighting. And I did it as a hobby because I believe that a living wage is a civil right. I also believe that retaining employees with a living wage, and I believe by paying more to my employees, I keep them. Attrition is backwards. I believe by paying more, I make more because I keep people.
So in your opinion, why aren't other billionaires doing the same thing that you're doing?
Well, I think some are and some aren't. A lot of people have to, like once I raised the minimum wage here in Florida, all of a sudden, at a certain point when wages start to rise, businesses have to respond because if university dollars, because who cares if you're running Small World or Harry Potter, you're looking for a job.
So you mentioned in the current political climate in the United States, our government's run by the billionaires, kind of for the billionaires.
By and large, the opposite of what it is. These fat cats got so much money, but they want the tax. Like these hedge fund people don't even pay taxes. And so the billionaires are not satisfied. And what my worry is, this income inequality, at some point there's a breaking point. At some point, and what I would say to these billionaires, you're gonna make this gulf so big and so vast, just remember them storming the Capitol. Those were the barbarians at the gate, and they were mad as hell. But that's why they stormed the Capitol. And when I saw it, I said, that could be our future, and the have-nots get so separated.
I think everybody knows that probably every single billionaire does evade taxes, and he did say that he wants billionaires to be taxed so high, but I can promise you he probably has found ways to evade tax.
I don't know about 90% because you got to have some motivation. Listen, I am a capitalist.
So when you mention capitalism, right? Capitalism is kind of inherently parasitical, right? You're gonna always take